Hi, I'm going to use this video to explain how to use data table to generate several simulation runs. Let's suppose that you're making this simulation where you're going to sell a book at a bookstore. You order 100 books, each costs you $10, and you're going to sell each for $50. You're going to sell the 100 books over 10 days. The demand on each day is uniformly distributed between 5 and 10. In other words, the daily demand can be anywhere between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 with equal likelihood. So we generate that simulated demand through this function, rand between. Then we can calculate the total demand over the 10 days and the total profit over those 10 days. Whenever I press F9, a new simulation run will be generated. Now let's suppose that you need to generate 15 runs of simulation. How can you do that through data table? Okay, first I'm going to generate the numbers 1 through 15. So these are 15 simulation runs. And let's say in every simulation run, I need to capture the total demand and the total profit. Okay, so these two cells will store the number from these two cells. That will tell data table later on to generate 15 simulation, and for every simulation, please store these two values in these two cells. Now I'm ready to use the data table. Now go to data, what if analysis, data table. We don't need to input anything here, but for column input cell, we'll click on any blank cell in a spreadsheet. Column input cells means that where in the spreadsheet we would like the first column, the number in the first column to replace into. We don't need to do that. We don't need that. These are just numbering of the runs. So you can simply click on any empty cell and OK. And that's it. So we have 15 runs, simulation runs, and every one we have the total demand and total profit. So that's the first example. Let me give you another example to see how powerful data table is. Let's suppose that, again, I want to generate 15 simulation run, but I also want to consider other order quantities. Let's say I'm thinking about what if I order 90 books, 100 books, and 110 books. So I want to generate 15 simulation runs for each possible order quantities. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it. Still 1 through 15, so 15 simulation run. And let's say for every one run, I care about the total profit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to equal to total profit here. And here in this row, I'm going to store the order quantities that I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking about 80, 90, 100, and 111, 110. So in the end, I want data table to generate first 15 simulation runs, and for each run, I would like it to store the total profit for those different order quantities. Okay, now let me select this area, go to data table. Now, row input cell needs to be here. When I click on this cell, data table will replace this number by the numbers in the top row over here. Column input cell as before, because we don't need those numbers in the model at all, so I can click on any empty cell and OK. And now, for every order quantity, I have 10 simulation runs, and every one I have the total profit over here. Okay, so that's the second example. The last example, actually, you can use data table to do kind of what if analysis for two input parameters at the same time. For example, let's say I still consider four different order quantities, 80, 90, 100, and 110. But now let's assume that, well, I also think about other possible retail price. Let's say I'm thinking about what if the retail price is 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. And this is how we can use data table to do that. Okay, first, let me put the possible retail prices over here. Four retail prices that I am considering. Let me put the four order quantities that I am thinking about over here. So I want to generate for every possible combination of order quantity and retail price, I will generate the simulation to calculate the total profit. In this case, I need to put equal to total profit over here. So this corner cell equals to total profit. I will tell data table later on that I want to fill in those cells with the total profit from the simulations. Okay, now let me select this area, go to data table, row input cell is order quantity. That would tell data table that later on please use 80, 90, 100, and 110 to replace the number over here. Column input cell is a retail price. That will tell Excel to generate simulations using 40, 50, 60, and 70 to replace the retail price over here. Now, I have a simulation run of all possible combination of retail price and order quantity. For example, 3000 is a simulation of the total profit when the retail price is 50 and the order quantity is 90. This number is a total profit when the retail price is 70 and the order quantity is 110.